Be advised, I'm probably gonna leave in about 15 minutes.
That's fine. Does anybody see anything?
Negative.
Jack shit.
Sludge is back.
Look at that. Mystic, you're white.
Prodigal son returns.
Say again.
I'm not white, you racist.
No, the other person.
Said the prodigal son returns.
The answer to the hand using lag against us.
He's over the fuck. Oh shit.
Can you say anything there?
Behind us.
Sunshine's down. Good shit. Both reds.
Marksman's down.
So I might have backblasted myself.
Grenades.
Fuck you, Jordan. I may have grenaded
Contacts, 192, southwest. About 100 meters.
We got him on the beach.
Orange down.
Frame 99. Frame 99.
We're getting surrounded.
Oh, he's
Yes,
dead. Okay.
he's fucked.
Was that mortified?
Behind us south.
I just ate that mortar. Don't worry about it. Get back in your foxhole. Someone just threw a grenade.
Yeah, it was me. We're good.
I stole Volpus' big ol' bitties. My chest hurts.
Yep.
Sunshine, I'm back.
Blood, you good?
Yeah.
Ace?
Yeah, I'm green. Storm's green.
Sunshine's green.
Focus green.
Sorry.
I crashed last time.
Sledge, come up here and steal this foxhole.
Is it my foxhole?
No, it's Mystic's.
Well, I'm in a mystic.
6 grand. You fucked up, right? You said advisors have on street too?
I'm sorry, what? Ask advisor if the contact is clear that they saw.
Why?
Oh. Yeah, man. I am in pain. I have my heartbeat is up, but I have no injury.
We have about 50 dead droids.
Solid. Boys, we're moving out to the Athens place.
I think Sledge is coming from the northeast.
Alright, let's go. Knight, lead us out.
If you need morphine, loot a fucking droid.
Stop
loot my
talking on
dead
the morphine,
body.
Robes.
I'm not. I'm telling you to get it. I have plenty.
Who needs morphine?
Knight, lead us out. Same as before. Alright, we'll wait for you. Spread it out while we wait. Spread it out. Alright, everybody behind Knight on a wedge. Let's go.
Robes is loading again.
Orders, keep moving.
Dad, Robes is touching dead people again.
That's perfectly fine. He's doing his job and getting morphine. Keep moving. Double time.
Would've got fucking destroyed.
Baby shark, baby shark, baby shark.
Slow down.
Advisor, last night, sending traffic over.
Forming back up. Keep mortar range between each other.
Spacing.
Mortar spacing. Thank you.
Advisor says, we saw that
50 meter spacing.
Advisor says we are clear to extract via lat.
Call it in. Hold. Secure the LZ. Hey, come back here. Where'd you guys go? Come back here.
Stitching real quick.
Stay there, actually. Stay right there. We're gonna use the beach. Medics, stay together.
Like D-Day?
Just like D-Day.
I can take that pilot's head off.
Aren't those friendly
Alright,
pilots?
boys, secure the beach. Get a 360 on the beach.
There's something fishy.
Yep. Trench up, get a 360, make it big enough for an LZ.
Trench up, get a 360, make it big enough for an LZ, boys.
How big do you want the perimeter to be?
There's a
Big enough for a lat to fit, no bigger.
there's a lat right there.
There's a lat in front of us, Bjorn.
Where?
Bearing 285.
I call dibs flying, I know how to fly.
You can't fly unless you're a pilot. Alright, everybody make it to the lat. And then we get to talk shit about how bad I did.
Actually,
Keep going.
That lat might explode.
booby trap.
I'm worth the risk.
I didn't see the hit, Evermore, my bad.
Mystic.
Man.
Index.
It's probably a TP pull.
It is.
Oh no, wait here. Just line up, guys, on the lat. Line against the lat.
But it's a TP pole. It was a TP pole.
Line up against the lat.
It is a
Who's
DP
that?
pole.
That's right.
I
You
might.
gotta look at the. You gotta look at like the
Call in
sensitivity.
advisors, see if they want us to go back to spawn, if they want us to stay here.
Advisors must be extended right. Do you want us to go back to spawn or stay at lab?
Bjorn, I got to go.
Go, go,
Head back to spawn.
Adios, y'all.
Spawn.
Badass is stuck.
Line up. We'll get zoo seals in a minute.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Probably would have both this.
Yes, yes, I was in the pilot.
I thought so.
Yeah,
Where was
give him Zeus heals first, because I'm still loading.
We're missing Sledge and Storm, maybe? No. We're missing Sledge. There he is.
I didn't clear my cache.
Alright, boys. So, from what I could tell, there's a lot we needed to work on. A lot of it's my fault because I didn't take good leadership of this little fire team, so I'm not going to hit you too hard on anything. We'll talk more when they get here. I appreciate you guys coming out for. Oh my god, the world is bright. I appreciate you guys coming out and being here for this. I really do appreciate you guys listening to me. Hello, Nevermore.
Super.
Why were they killed?
Because we were loaded into the floor.
Oh. Alright, Nevermore. It's all you.
Alright, I will admit, a bit tough.
I did really bad.
It wasn't,
Not really.
that wasn't that
RTO
bad,
died
but
5 times.
It was tougher than it needed to be, but there were mistakes that were made. Spacing could have been better, from what I could see from the up top. Security could have been better. More often than not, any droids that came up behind you got the first shot off. I don't know why the droids were engaging from so far away. That B2 should not have been attacking you from across the valley.
Oh, you mean
I
the
don't think.
Super B2?
I don't know.
What about that tree?
The droidica and the tank should not have showed up at the same time, but they did, so that kind of fucked you.
And I will apologize for the tank. I know you only have one AAT or one AT guy, which is why you only saw one AAT at a time. It's also why it was a light. So I knew for a fact that if Storm was on his game, like most times, he could take it out with a single hit. It's just unfortunate that a moving droidica showed up at the exact same time an AAT did.
Yeah, I purposely shunted the, while you were dealing with the AAT, I kept the droidica behind cover so it wasn't also lighting you up. Just have a small drop of kindness.
Alright. Is that all you wanted to say to them?
Let's see.
You got a couple things.
Yeah, you can go ahead. Unless John's got anything.
So, in the beginning, I have a couple apologies to hand out to you. In the beginning, I lost my cool, and it wasn't because of you guys. It was completely my fault. IRL stuff. You can hear my kid in the background. My kid was just bloody screaming. So I had to walk away from the computer when I was down. So I apologize full-heartedly. I had to regain my composure and come back and be a good squad leader. So I am sorry for the first part of this op. I lost my composure. I lost my cool. There's a lot of stuff going on for me right now. It's not an excuse. So I personally wanted to hand out an apology to each and every single trooper here. That was completely my fault. We did complete shit in the beginning of the op because I could not get a hand on the position and what was going on because I had a lot going on. So I am sorry. After that, after I came back, after I took control, and after we got our heads about us, we did very good. One thing we do need to work on is when I tell you guys, or Nevermore or Jamin, at any point in time, if we say disengage and move on, that doesn't mean one guy stay back and fire. That means we need the entire squad to get up and move because we are either outnumbered, outpositioned, or outgunned. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to move and reposition ourselves so we get an advantageous position. You guys understand that?
Solid copy.
There's a couple times where we got dicked down because I asked you guys to disengage and move this way because I thought we could get it more advantageous, and I either got responded with arguments or people didn't listen. I don't like to yell. I do it enough at work. I don't want to yell at you guys. This is a game. This is meant for fun. So I won't yell at you guys, but I don't want to
Can I
have
add
to
one
repeat
thing?
myself. Yeah, go ahead.
Crouch if you have white smoke grenades in your kit right now.
I used a lot of them.
You meant
Okay.
carried in your kit, still on you.
Not still on you. Well, I guess
Okay.
that's a good question too. But in your kits, do y'all have white smoke grenades?
Yeah.
Okay. So what he's getting at is when the call to disengage is put out.
All right, you
I
guys
don't
can
care.
stand up.
I don't care if it's urban. I don't care if it's field. I don't care if we're somewhere where you don't think smoke's gonna work. Throw smoke at where you're getting the fire from, and then move.
Yeah, just
Smoke-
pop one.
I
If you're
used
cro-
up all of my smoke.
Don't throw 40 of them.
Yeah.
Each of you needs to throw one between you and the bad guys, and that'll between the 11 of us, or whatever team
we'll
is
make
being
a
told to
cloud.
blatantly disengage. We'll make a big enough cloud, depending on the wind, to allow us to break contact and move.
The only exception I could see that is urban, where only a couple people need to toss them, if at all, because
Yeah.
there's cover everywhere.
Well, if open field, all 11 of us can throw them. If it's a team engaging contacts, it's overwhelming that they need to pull back and regroup with the rest of them. The team itself will do it, but that's going to be something that Bjorn and I will take care of on the field when that call's made. But like you said, disengage. There's a lot of those fights that if you disengaged and utilized cast, like you tried with Mystic, you could have cast the dump to hell.
Yeah, we would have won, and we wouldn't have taken so many casualties. You guys don't see that right now. You guys will as you play more. I promise. As you guys get ready to either take over a squad, or not a squad, a team, whether it be blue or red, or like in Sunshine's case, as you go to BLC because you're gonna be 3 mic, you guys will see that more often. You guys will know when to disengage and when it's acceptable to disengage. The next problem I did see was when I gave an order, it wasn't directly followed. I'm not going to constitute that as a big loss to us because 90% of the time it was, but that was the second biggest problem was I told us to move out and I got a wait, or you guys weren't listening or anything like that. As soon as an order comes from the squad lead, which is Nevermore, it needs to be directly followed by. That's why me and Drummond, we say good to go and we make you guys move. Just like it's always stated, it's stated every single time. No matter what you're doing, if we tell you to move now, we have to move. If a medic has to pick up a boy, then we move. If someone's down, then someone pick up that boy after he's stable and we move. Because once we get the message, once you guys get the message, we're already 5 minutes late. You guys got that? Alright.
So,
And
Now,
when
there are-
when we
Go ahead.
give like I don't want to say orders, but like when Nevermore hears from, and Mystic hopefully hears from 3-6, 3-7, 3 Mike, hey, we need to move. Nevermore's gonna tell us, but when he tells us, we call affirmative. We let him know that we heard him and are going to do it. I'd like to ask each and all of you to do the same. Like say when Bjorn's like, hey, we're gonna move this direction and get behind these things. Just tell us that you heard it, because when we went back to that room clearing training, if you respond, we know you're awake. We know you're not unconscious. We know you're alive. So if you hear an order and you just start doing it and don't say anything, and we turn around, it's cool. We find out that you're there, but knowing that you're there ahead of time lets Jordan and I keep eyes on where we're going and what we're doing.
Communication was another one, but he hit on it. Other than that, guys, other than 3 things, you guys did great. You guys listened to me for the most part. There's, like I said, there's just a couple disengaged things. Other than that, you guys fucking murdered. We killed as many clankers as we could. We got to our objective. Even though it might have been slow and tedious, the op was very hard. This was ridiculously hard. And it was fun for me. I hope it was fun for you guys. I'm sorry that I let you down personally in the beginning. I hope I made up for it in the end. So, I'm SL, technically for this. I'm gonna kick it to Nevermore. Nevermore, do you have anything you want to say real quick?
Negative. I think you guys covered it all.
Drummond?
I want to give props to y'all. mortars were never specifically called directly on you. They were used as a pacing, or a spacing and a combat pacing tool for me to keep y'all moving because y'all were getting bogged down. So in 3-2 fashion, when you slow down, you start to get mortared. But mortars were not called directly on top of y'all until y'all were entrenched, and I think none of you were immediately seriously injured or killed during that barrage. So
I took a mortar, but other than that, that was my fault.
hey, you're not dead.
I would like to personally apologize to Sunshine for the B2 that insta-gived you coming out of the water.
I hit it 2 times with the sniper, then I ran out of ammo. And it killed me.
Alright, Storm, one thing you did good, one thing you can work on. I think you need to be on yelling, my guy.
Yelling would be cool.
I think he might be big bathroom.
He's there. He's moving around. I don't know if
He's
his
not
mic is
speaking.
working. You're not. Alright. Go ahead and type it out.
No, I'm good.
Okay. One thing you did good, one thing you need to work on, bud.
I took out those AATs good, and I guess be aware of everything. You know, just be aware of my surroundings and everybody. And, yeah.
All right. Night.
Oh, can I add one more thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
Facial awareness. It's a phrase I like to use from when I was in Blue Team forever ago. Be aware of who's around you and who's not. So I know that you were 6 people, but that means each and every one of you should have a pair. Make sure you be buddied off. Be aware where your buddy's at, and if your buddy's not where he's supposed to be, find him. Because there was a couple instances where I don't know if it was said over mic, but you all went off and didn't tell anybody, and then were caught by themselves
And got
alone.
fucked.
Yeah. So just look at your shack tack. If you don't see anybody in your shack tack, you're probably too far from somebody, and then you need to figure out where your guys are at.
Night. One thing good, one thing bad, or one thing not bad. One thing you need to work on. That both I will agree on. The first one though, don't beat yourself too hard up.
That's
on,
an
man.
experience thing.
You're learning. You're doing good for the amount of experience you have. You keep getting experience, you're gonna make a badass fucking team unit one day, alright? And learning your environment and realizing that the hills were slowing us down, but there was a way to negate that, and then you enacted on your own, that right there is a good decision by yourself that you made. So that kind of negates your first one, even though, yes, you still need to work on that. That shows progress that even in the op, you did work on it. You get what I'm saying? So good job, man. Sunshine.
One good thing was I was able to pick off the Droidica, the sniper, and I was able to hit that. And bad thing, or one thing I can
Not a
work
bad
on
thing.
is being aware and knowing when to do medic stuff. Because I don't know, I just try to. It's weird because it's not really. It is my fault, but like I like be getting stitched or stitching somebody in the middle of like a firefight or something.
Can I make a funny comment, Sunshine?
Yeah.
We need you to be the passive medic. Because your counterpart is very, very aggressive.
Likes throwing up on his own to loot dead bodies, I noticed.
I know.
So it, we're working on that, and Volt's
Well,
been
what I
working on
found-
that forever. But be the passive medic. Remember that you're not. You have the sniper rifle. You looted the corpse, and you use it effectively. But as the medic, your job is to keep our boys safe. It's not going to be to kill as many B1s as you can.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, thanks, Sunshine.
But at the same time, if we need your guns downrange, it's also smart to
Yeah.
learn when you can medic a little bit, hold them off until the end of the firefight, and then get your gun back into the firefight.
Yeah, if you're in the middle of the firefight and all guns need to be pointed out,
Yeah.
yeah, just get him stable. You don't have to stitch him during the middle of the firefight. You stitch him
Yeah.
for afterwards.
That's
You
what I
don't
found.
you don't even need to work
get
on the
bullied.
boy. Like,
We-
just stabilize him. Let him
That's
sit there
why we
unconscious.
have bandages.
Yeah.
We can. That's why I always tell you in the middle of a firefight. I don't know if you notice. I tell you to just, I'm good, and then after the firefight, I'll come up to you guys. It's because during the firefight, all guns should be downrange if we need it. If not, it'll be as your team leader, Sunshine, your personal team leader. I'll tell you, like, hey man, this is good enough. We're taking small
Morphin
arms.
turnies.
Yep. But other than that,
Make
man,
him awake and tourniquet the wounds.
you did a good job. Continue working on your medic. You did great. I'm proud of you. I'm proud to have you as my medic because you are a good shot and you are a good medic. You're a good combination of both. Mystic,
Yes.
one good thing that you did well, and then one thing you need to work on.
One good thing, I stayed on your ass really well, because you have a nice ass. One thing I need to work on is being able to listen to the different sounds in my head.
Yes, that
That
comes with
is an
experience.
experience thing.
Yep. So as an RTO, that's why we have the super secret channel on. If you need to, just hit your numpad 2 and it'll switch you automatically to the super secret channel.
I noticed too that after I get off the long range, that when I try to do short range, it goes through both for some reason.
Give it
The
3
way T-Far
seconds.
works is that it'll save what buttons you press. So if you hit long range and then immediately switch to short range, it'll think you're still on the long range, regardless of what buttons you
So
press.
that's
So-
why sometimes I have
Yep.
to repeat myself on short range.
So the thing to get around that is as soon as you stop communicating over long range and go to communicate to Nevermore, Jamin, or myself, count 1, 2, 3, transmit. Just like that. Just 1, 2,
Yeah, count to
3.
3 slowly in your head.
Yep. And then you're good.
Stop dying, Nevermore. I thought we went over this last week.
Trying, okay?
Sledge.
One thing I guess
Yelling, buddy, I can't hear you.
I guess one thing that I did improve on was like way back when I was kind of trigger happy. And I still am a little trigger happy, but this off I was trying to control my burst as best as possible. And what you guys said, what I have to improve on is breaking off. I just like covering people so that you guys can run and then try to just focus on me so you don't get hurt. But yes, I do have to break off from time to time.
So the main thing is yes, I understand from like the first couple people to get past you, if you were to pull up the rear if you need to. But if you stay there longer than 5 or 6 seconds, you have the most aggroing gun on the battlefield. Everything will turn towards you unless Storm shoots a rocket. We talked about this, right?
Yep.
As long as you are continuously firing that weapon, everything will turn towards you. So if you're in the back, and it kind of happened a couple times this off, we'll have to come back to get you. Does it make sense?
Yep.
All right. So just keep that in mind. Try to find a happy medium where you can cover your guys, but you're also staying with your guys.
The great thing about the Z6 is you can fire it on the move. You don't have to necessarily be accurate, especially if you're doing covering
Suppressive.
fire to the rear. Just spin around, walk backwards, and fire pulses. That way
I remember
you
the
stay
saying.
with the rest of us.
I did knock
Alright.
over a tree last time though. I used this and then not.
That's sometimes we need fucking hedge clearing, man.
I
Time,
prefer,
Sometimes
I
motherfucker,
we
prefer
need
if
you to
that
go
time.
long
doesn't
haul.
happen, the waste of ammunition, but clear
Yeah.
sight lines are important.
Oh yeah.
Well, there's a reason why he's carrying
A dick ton of ammo.
what's 12 times 4?
48.
4,800 rounds.
Yeah, but I prefer to have all. I prefer to go back to base with as many rounds as possible.
We're not saving.
Yeah,
we're
me
not trying
too.
to save money on rounds here.
You kidding? Those rounds
The
are
more
expensive
rounds
than
you go
are,
back
clone.
with, I don't think you did your job as a V6.
Yeah. Like, AT, if you come home with more than half of the rockets you have, either your op didn't have armor or you weren't shooting it enough. Like
Or you're
Z6,
just really good at shooting.
that's fair. Well, like I said, your op didn't have enough armor, or you weren't using it right.
Other than that, I'm good with you guys. If everyone was good with you guys,
I think it's good.
As always,
Y'all learned something today?
I'm gonna harp on one thing: spacing, spacing, spacing.
so the biggest thing to take from this into tomorrow is know when we call disengage to disengage. That is the biggest lesson of this op that I could push forward to you guys.
So, I'm gonna also harp on something else.
Go ahead.
Know where each other are. Like, not just don't run away on your own.
You're breaking up, Nevermore.
Because I think when you were all being engaged with snipers,
Lagging a little
You're
bit.
breaking
Nevermore.
up.
well, you guys were getting engaged with snipers back in the first battle. Sunshine was way at the back. Volt had to go back for him after we got hit on a sniper. And there was nothing about 30 meters away, and the rest of everyone was like another 30 meters away.
So what Megatron here is trying to say is spatial awareness. Know where your boys are at. Know where you're at in relation to where everyone else is. Don't get caught at the back of the formation, 50 yards behind somebody. And if you notice it, call it out. We'll come back to you. We're not gonna leave you behind.
It's not bad enough Nevermore's actually dying. Now his computer's dying too.
Yeah, happens all the time.
I know how I feel.
Alright,
All right. If you guys are good with him,
I don't think Bjorn has anything else. You don't have anything else. Was your Zeus?
I have something.
Oh, Mystic.
Mwah.
Alright.
Mwah.
Does
Mwah.
anybody else have any comments, questions, concerns, hallucinations, makeout sessions they want to
Voices
request from upper leadership?
don't you do it. There's other people on the server.
All right. Well, y'all did great. I know that was hard. I apologize for how difficult it was. I hope y'all don't break your own balls thinking you did awful. But as your Zeus, from my point of view, besides the space and some other some minor shit, y'all did great.
Fuck, you guys are dismissed. I'm
Yarn.
Yeah.
Contact front.
Yarn.
Contact front. It was not me. Alright, you guys are just.
Have you heard anything yet?
Yarn.
Not from, what? I have not.
What is it about me and Avalanche?
Yeah, you heard me, bitch. I want you to be Avalanche through my Monday.
I mentioned
I
that I
wasn't
was
paying attention. I just heard Sunshine and Avalanche.
but I think it
through
was
Yeah,
on
you-
Dimitri
You'll
right
be
now,
Avalanche through
or
my
whoever's
Monday.
3 Romeo.
If you go for it.
In your squad.
It's up to
Well-
Dimitri.
It's up to Dimitri
Bro,
because he's
Dimitri is your direct chain of command.